Not all equations are created equally. There are actually three different categories of equations that you might encounter. The first type I'd like to talk about is the one that you've already seen examples of, which is called an independent equation. An independent equation is one that has a finite number of solutions. Finite means limited or a fixed number of solutions. So for example, if you had an equation that had just one solution, that would be independent because one is finite. If you had an equation with two solutions, that would still be independent because two is a finite number. Or even if you had an equation with 100 solutions, that's still a finite number and it would still be considered an independent equation. So for example, the equation 2x plus 3 equals 5, as we saw in an earlier video, this only has one solution, which is the solution x equals 1. Because it's a finite number of solutions, this is an independent equation. So that would be how we categorize this type of equation. It is independent. Most of your equations will probably fall in this category. However, there are two special cases that we need to be prepared for. One is called an inconsistent equation. This is an equation that has no solutions at all. The other special case is called an identity. An identity is an equation that has an infinite number of solutions. So we will take a look at an example of one of these types of equations and talk about how you can recognize either.